One of the biggest things couples that have a lot of issues in their relationship and struggles and obstacles don't do together, thing that's missing is they don't build peace together, right? See, we all have to find our own internal peace, right? That's a given, right? You can't be fully healthy and healed unless you find your own peace within yourself. But so often, whenever you keep butting heads with your partner, you guys keep having the same issues, especially if they're like toxic issues that go on, right? And it's the same cycle and it's all painful. And then you're always arguing about the same things, is because you both have not figured out how to find peace collectively. See, you have to find peace on your own so you can be healthy enough to be a healthy contribution to someone else when you decide to get into a relationship with them. But beyond that, once you're in that relationship with them, you're becoming a unit, right? You're becoming one. So if you're going to be one, you have to move as one, which means you have to find a way to mesh your orbit in a way that is peaceful, because we really only want to stay and feel most comfortable and have a desire to continue on in a space with people or things that feel peaceful, feel comfortable, feel good, feel like it resonates with the calm of ourselves, like stress free, stuff like that, right? So if you and your partner are going to do this and you're going to start to build that, especially if you guys have conflict and issues and things like that, one of the best ways to cut through all that, to help you guys start to approach conflict better and all those things, is if you first find a way to do some form of spiritual practice together. Now, I'm not saying you have to be super religious or not or whatever, but whatever you do to spiritually connect to that power beyond us, right? Universe, God, whatever you want to call it, doing something routinely with your partner, so you guys do that collectively, starts to lock you in ways you wouldn't believe. Because in order for you to go and get into that spiritual connection, right, you have to get into that loving part of yourself. You have to kind of, open up and just let your hair down and really connect and embrace. And imagine if you're doing that with the person that matters most to you consistently. As time goes, you guys start to build a deeper bond and a more warming feeling with each other, because you're bonding around something that's really important to your inner well-being. So crucial. Then beyond just doing something spiritual practices, even things like meditation, things, whatever you do for relaxation, stuff you do to calm, stuff you do to, wind down, whatever that looks like for you. If you can do things with your partner that is based around that, then now you're building a conditioning that whenever I go to do things that brings me peace and keeps my calm with me, my partner's there too. You start to resonate peace and calm with your partner, right? To where now, whenever you do get into conflict situations and everything else, you guys are vibrating on a way better frequency, to where you have more of the ability to recognize that if we're having a difference, it's because we're not understanding each other. You stop seeing your partner as like the enemy or your opposition, because you guys are dialed in on a different level, to where in your fibers, they're not intentionally trying to go against you and just to harm you or whatever. And you're more willing to work through things better. And then the last thing is, if you start to build a practice with your partner, right? And you can do this on your own, but you both need to do this in your own respects, is start practicing gratitude and appreciation for your partner. If you make it a daily, every other day, at least a weekly practice to identify when you get up in the morning, what are like the top three things or reasons I'm extremely grateful and appreciative of my partner. You start making that a habit. It starts training your brain to look out for the things that are right more often than focusing so much on the things that are wrong. Does it mean there's not going to be things that are wrong? No. Maybe there are things that need to be fixed and addressed, but you can address them in a way more optimistic and productive headspace and mentality if you are going into it thinking, this is someone that I actually do appreciate and I love dearly and I have a lot of gratitude for. So now it's going to make you more urgent to want to work through things. And if they're doing the same thing, then it just makes you guys so much more powerful in getting that accomplished. And here's the part. Whenever you do that effectively, right? Then when it comes to you improving your conflict resolution skills, it's going to go through the roof. Because why? Your guys will be a lot more willing to listen actively to each other. Because if you appreciate the person that you're with and you have a lot of gratitude for them and you are connected with them spiritually, and they're a part of what you do to bring peace for yourself, right? What the things you do to calm down everything else, and they're a huge piece of that, then now you're going to be way more inclined to want to understand that person, to get to learn them more because they start to mean more to you on different levels than they never had before in the past. So I highly encourage you to start figuring out how can I go about doing things that facilitate my peace in all levels with my partner? How do I make them a part of the process so we can be forever bonded and forever strong? Let's get it.